So I'm only up about, oh, I'm not up anymore. Oops, looks like this is gonna be a loss. But obviously it's really annoying when you see that you literally just got out, and you can see over here the stock is bouncing to 23.30s right after you got out. Altogether, with AI on the long side, locked in 3,000 on the day. Welcome back to another live trading commentary video. I get it, guys. Nobody wants to see my day in the life anymore. You guys just keep on asking for more live trading and price action videos. And that's exactly what I'm gonna deliver for you today, in today's live trading commentary. In today's live trading commentary, you're gonna see the reality of day trading, one of the hottest stocks right now, AI. I traded the stock using a strategy I call the Day 2 Continuation Breakout. I'm gonna explain my thesis and my trade planning process, walk you through the entry and exit strategies for this setup, and show you guys the price action of this trade. This Day 2 Continuation Breakout strategy usually works the best for large cap stocks, and it's relatively lower risk. So it can be very useful for beginner and intermediate traders who are trying to grow their small account slowly but steadily. I really hope my executions on this trade will show you the reality of day trading and help you understand what is truly important to reach consistent profitability. Some of these things are risk management and understanding price action. So make sure to smash the like button and comment live trading down below if you're learning from this video and want to see more. So the first stock I traded is the stock AI. This is a stock that's been getting a lot of hype lately. This is actually C3 AI, but just because this stock is part of the artificial intelligence and the ticker symbol is literally AI, it's been getting a lot of hype lately. If you look at the day in question, it's this particular day over here. You can see the previous day, this thing had a really strong day, breaking out from 2060s to $24. So if you look at the intraday, this is a chart on that particular day. Very, very strong. If you look at VWAP, which is the indicator I use, and volume, this thing literally just stayed above VWAP for the entire day. There's no pullback whatsoever. And this is what we call day 1. This is the first day of the breakout, first day in which you got a breakout of volume, as you can see. All the previous days, the volume are a lot thinner, but this day is truly significant. And for us traders, we can look to capture the continuation on the second day or even the third and the fourth, as you can see on the daily charts. After that day, this thing actually kept holding that level and break out into that $27 area. So now when it comes to planning for the key level on this trade on the second day, this thing actually gapped down a little bit. Prior to its close was $24. You can see pre-market it gapped down a little bit to 23.50s, and pre-market lows was at $23 area. Now if you line it across, you can see that that's also some small prior resistance on the daily chart. So that's why that's going to be the most important level that we're going to look at on the day that we're trading it. And that's what we call the key level. If the stock is able to hold that key level, which it did pre-market and after the open once and twice, this is actually good to go on the long side for more move to the upside. So for me, since I'm long biased on the stock, I'm looking for the second day to continue, right? So that key level, $23, it's gonna be the one I'm looking at. Ideally, I wanna see that $23 hold multiple times for me to enter on the long side. And that profit target, in this case, will be the pre-market highs area, the 23.80s, $24, and then above yesterday's high of the day into the new daily highs over that 24.70s area. So let's dive into the actual execution on this strategy right now, in which I'm gonna explain my entries, exits, all that good stuff, and whether I took some losses or not. So you can see, AI on the top over here, it's testing at $23 area. You can see I'm trying to get in starter size, 500 shares, $23 on the long side. You can see I got in some, $23, 500 shares. It's trying to bounce a little bit. Let's see. Ideally, I want to see the stock break out above VWAP and hold that level for an extended amount of time and to squeeze out higher. That tends to be how AI, this particular stock trades. It will like chop sideways and then break out straight up with no pullback whatsoever, like you saw the previous day. Fast forward a little bit, you can see it. There's a lot of wicks below that $23 area. And it's still not seeing an uptick for us. It's still kind of weak, at least for now. And this is like what, 15 minutes after the open. You can see it's trying to bounce around that VWAP 2320s area. My average is actually 2312, so I'm only up about, I'm not up anymore. Oops, looks like this is gonna be a loss. Yeah, you can see the stock is breaking down that lower day. I'm about to stop out for a loss. Tricky stock. Even though it tried to break down that 23 multiple times, it kept on getting bought back up. That's the reason I got in on Starter, because I've traded the stock many times before. During the last time it ran to $30, I remember the exact same price action. Very difficult. It's just gonna like chop around until finally breaking out. So fast forward to over here, you can see I'm about to stop out. This thing is breaking down to 2280s. So I'm down about 30 cents-ish per share. On Starter, 500 shares, 2310s average. It's breaking down. So I'm about to get out for a loss. I got out, lost about $120. Not fun, but that's the nature of the game. It always sucks to lose, but obviously it's really annoying when you see that you literally just got out, and you can see over here the stock is bouncing to 2330s right after you got out. So now I'm finally re-looking at the stock again. I think there will be another entry. Now this time around, I want to wait for it confirm the breakout of a VWAP to get back in. The AI is finally consolidating around VWAP once again over that 2330s. You can see I got in 500 shares, Starter size again, got in long. I'm glad the second time around I entered on confirmation. So now I want to see it stay above that VWAP and I want to add into that long position. You can see it's bouncing back to highs, very nice. Remember, the next profit target on this will be $24, which is around that prior day's close area. And now I'm stalking for an entry, basically just watching both of these positions at the same time. The OMH short that we're going to talk about later, that's the next strategy, and all AI on the top. So you can see I'm zooming into the 2-minute chart, trying to find an entry to add, because I'm not in a hurry to sell. If I sell right now, you can see on the bottom P&L window, I'll probably get out break even on this trade. $100, $120 loss, $110 unrealized profit. But my goal is to add into a winner rather than just get out and cancel out the loss or make back the loss. That's not the goal. The goal is to add into a winner. So eventually, when the trade works out in my direction, the win, the profit, is going to be bigger than that initial loss. Fast forward a little bit, you can see it's testing that 2360s, prior day's high or higher day around that time. That's gonna give me a pullback to add into the position. You can see I'm adding 300 shares around that 2340s area. I got in. Now I have an average of 23.39. You can see after I added the stock, right here, I added some more. So now I have 1,000 shares at 23.40s. The stock actually threatened to break down that VWAP. But not too bad. It's still holding that VWAP $23 area nicely. No need to panic, right? Trading is 90% emotional. Just trade your plan and plan your trades. Now I'm just following my plan. My new risk is under that VWAP, which is 2330s area. So with my average, I'll probably lose about $100 once again on Starter, a little bit more, but that's well within my risk tolerance. So steadily, you can see the stock is holding the higher lows. Now we want to see a breakout to that 24s I was waiting for. You can see, fast forward, it's breaking out finally. Patience pays. Now I'm holding my 1,000 shares, 23.40s. I added even more at higher day. I think this is not the best entry because I literally just added into the higher day breakout, but I only added, I think, 100 shares on this, so it's not too aggressive. But yeah, you can see I have an order out waiting for the 24s that I'm trying to sell. Again, very, very tricky stock to trade, this AI. So fast forward, now we're really testing that prior day's close area. 23.90s, I'm trying to sell at 24. Not easy to hold this stock. You can see I got stopped out once, twice. First time was a loss. Second time was break even on partial. I'm still holding that 1,000 shares for $24 and above. You can see I'm trying to sell some into that 24s. I sold 300 shares, so I was down about $100. Now I'm positive $60 on the day. Time to buy lunch. Alright, so after that, I want to look for higher day breakout to previous day's highs, which is 24.20s on the next stop. And you can see right after that 24, right after I sold that $300, it's having trouble with that prior day's close resistance once again. I'm still holding my remainder 700 shares with an average of 23.43. Not bad of an average, but obviously I was getting chopped up earlier, so the profits, you can see it's very little. And that's the reason I'm trying to hold on to a winner and trying to maximize my potential profits. I have a sell order out at 24.30s, but no, the stock the momentum is sluggish now. It's actually gonna come all the way back down. So you can see I'm trying to get out more at 23.92s. Ooh, no fill. Look at that unrealized profit. All the way from $400 down to $200. You can see I'm still trying to slowly get out of this stock. So you can see I got out at 23.70s and locked in only $283. So actually, with my first loss, which was 120, and the final realize is 283, that means the second leg of the trade I made about $400. So around, 3 times more than the initial loss. This to me, even though I know the profit's not that amazing, it's only $200, it's enough to buy lunch for maybe 5 people. No, with inflation, it's only enough for 3. But that's still, I'm happy about the risk reward. So when I'm wrong $100, 120. When I make money, it's 3 times greater than that. Again, this is the reality of trading. Not every day is gonna be big, flashy P&L numbers. Some days, things are just choppy like this one, and you get stopped out multiple times in the money, and the profits is just like this. But what's important is that you actually protect yourself and your trading accounts on days that are more difficult like this one, making sure when you lose money, it's small enough that you can survive to trade another day. That's why you should definitely check out the lesson I made on risk management video after watching this live trading, of course. Because the next trade we're going to talk about is much more impressive, which is OMH on the short side. Another key takeaway from this AI trade is that you can always spot similar price breakouts on these large cap stocks, even on the second day, third day, or the fourth day as well. Comment day 2 setup down below if you want to learn more about the specific strategy that has a much better win rate than some of the regular breakout long strategies you see out there. Next, I have a completely different trade I took on the same day while I was trading AI stock. This stock is OMH, not OMG, which was a liquidation play on the short side. When it comes to liquidation in the stock market, that means well, someone on the inside, the beneficiaries, the investors, the insiders, etc., they're unloading all of their shares after it has been pumped up for multiple days. This is something we've been seeing a lot on the small cap stocks. And if you love trading these kind of low float runners that can fly thousands of %, then you definitely need to be aware of this. So if you look at this OMH daily chart, pretty crazy, right? Not a lot of volume all this time, and the volume suddenly came in the beginning of May, and the stock ran from $7 to $27, consolidated for 3-4 days, and next day it went from $14 to $56. That's pretty crazy. This is like what, 500% on the day? If you look at Finviz, this is, definitely like a small cap stock. OMH over here, you can see market cap is only 100 million and the float is less than 1 mil. So we're talking about micro float stocks over here. And whenever you have these kind of like micro cap, micro float stocks like HKD, AMTH, I think, and little iLag too was another one. These are like often pump stocks, by the way, so just be aware if you're trading them. A lot of money to be made on the long side and the short side. All that matters is timing. So that's why it's even more important that you understand the price action. So we're trading this on this particular day. Funny enough, I actually traded this on the short side the day before, but rest assured, I got out right at the bottom around that $16. So I was not squeezed at all when this thing went from like $15 to 20s and went all the way to 56. I avoided all of that. So you can see on that day, it actually couldn't hold the breakout. It actually closed down where it came from on the day. That's why you get this long wick on the daily chart, right? So if we're talking about basic technical analysis and candlestick charts, when the stock has a long wick on the top, that means the breakouts are sold into. When you have long wicks at the bottom, that means the weakness is getting bought back up. So that's why in this case, you have a long wick on the top. That's the reason I'm more bearish on the second day after that, because the stock couldn't hold the breakout from the previous day. And the next day, opened up a little bit weak. I was actually looking at that, ideally this wick here for entry around the $34 area. I was waiting for that pop, that we didn't get it. But you can see after this thing went green to red and failing that little spike, that's why I got in on starter size, which I'm gonna show you in the live trading commentary. And you can see this thing faded all the way down to $6. This is what we call liquidation play. When you see increase in volume, failed breakout, so that's where a lot of insiders squeeze the stock so they can unload their positions. And you bet they're unloading all the way down from 56 to 27s and to all the way down. That's where you get this kind of price action and this kind of volume. When the stock has so much volume, yet it can barely even bounce. So we're about to jump into the strategy breakdown and the actual trade execution step by step. Remember, if you're enjoying the video so far, please remember to drop a like and subscribe to see more trading commentary like this in the future. So you can see this is maybe like 5 minutes after the market opened. The stock OMH has halted. I didn't get that little pop at all. Like I said, I was waiting for that $32 area. I see it rejecting that $30. So you try to spike, test the red to green, failed, stay in red on the day. That's where I'm looking for an entry. I'm only gonna use starter 500 shares just in case this thing traps and then spike once again. You can see I'm trying to get in. I got in really quickly at 25s because sometimes when the stock is about to dump, you can tell from the level 2. From all the ask, well, you can see the ask on the right hand side is gonna slip really quickly. The ask was around 26s. You can see everyone hitting the bid to get out. That really quickly. You see the color on the tape? Really quickly. Everyone slamming the bids to get out. You can see right here, in which the bids is at 24.52 and the ask actually tightened up. Before there was like a spread of $1. Now you tighten up really quickly and that's where you get the slam down. If the squeeze on the upside would be the opposite, the ask will be staying still, and you'll see the bids hitting up the ask. That's how you know like everyone's bailing on the stock. You can see when after that breakdown, even with a few uptick on the green side, you can barely bounce. You lost that $25 really quickly. I'm trying to see if there's an entry to add it to the short. Ideally, I want to try to get to like 2,000 shares with this stock, but it doesn't look like there's a safe way of doing so. You can see the stock is trying to reclaim that $25 for a little bit. You still have $1 per share spread. You can see it slow down for a little bit right here. You can see holding that 24.50s for like a couple seconds. The calm before the storm where everything's quiet. It looks like nothing's happening. Then you get the skip down. That's where you see a rug pull. Somebody big is unloading this. And a lot of times that's what triggers the volatility holds, is when you try to sell too many shares on this low float stock at once. But yeah, you can see the stock is going to get halted to $22. And of course, I won't get to add to the short side. So OMH is unhalted, as you can see. Stock is at lows. Even after the unhold. Sometimes after the unhold, you get like a little jump on the price. But this thing can barely even bounce. That's how you know it's gonna keep on fading down. So that's why it's very important that if you're trading stocks like these, you don't want to be catching the falling knife. I get it. A lot of people love these low float stocks. Maybe you rolled a stock from $15 to $50 yesterday, and that's great. But if the price action changes the next day, you gotta get out. The party isn't gonna continue forever. So I covered some partial, just 100 shares on the 2150s. And ultimately, I'm aiming for that $17 or below. But you're about to see, I'm about to leave a lot of money on the table. Fast forward a little bit, you see this thing can barely bounce at all on the 5-minute chart. Breaking down 21 to now testing that $19 area. I'm trying to cover more into that 1870s. So fast forward, you can see it's holding at $20 level. And I think I'm going to get out pretty soon. Yeah, so it looks like it's about to hold up, which I'm not going to mess with. So that's why I'm trying to get out really quick. I got out all of it at $21, I think. So locked in around $2,100 on this name. So that's why I put out another order to short only 200 shares. Just trying to get another dollar maybe. So fast forward a little bit, you can see I got back in only 200 shares at 2020. So nice little average. After seeing how sluggish that bounce was, just trying to ride it out for like another dollar or two. Okay, we're gonna fast forward a lot because this trade is about to get very boring. But once again, some of the most boring trades are the ones that's like the least stressful and the easiest kind of trades ever. I mean easy, not in terms of trading is easy, but the easy trades where you don't have to stress out, you don't have to pull your hair out, are the ones where you just enter, like this one, and you sit there and collect your profits. Of course, manage your risk and all that stuff, but you can see this is working in your favor, so just sit there and let your winners ride. I'm about to just make another $500 to, small wins always added up. So locked in another $500 and ended $2,800 on OMH. Altogether with AI on the long side, locked in $3,000 on the day. So going back to TradingView, you can see I left so much money on the table. I covered everything around that, $17 down here? Was 16 down here, and this thing continued to tank for like another $10 from 16 down to $6. So I definitely left a lot of money on the table. I'm gonna remember this one. So in the future, whenever I see a liquidation play like this, in which you have increasing volume, as you can see down here, and the stock was previously pumped up and short squeezed from like $1, $2 to $50, I'm gonna try to stay in the short longer if I could, while managing my risk stopping out with stops, of course. But yeah, left a lot of money on the table on this one. Hopefully you learned a lot from both of these trades. Whether it's a big profit or small profit or a loss, there's always lessons to be learned from all the trading executions. If you're looking for a trading mentor to guide you to level up your trading, we have a few spots open for our one-on-one mentorship program. You can apply through the link down below. As always, I hope my live trading commentary video provides you with new insights and help you with your trading journey. Make sure to check out this live trading playlist on my channel for more videos like these. Thank you guys so much for watching as always. I'm the Humble Trader, and I'll see you guys next time.